back to the channel, guys. This is the Dolce Vita, and today we've got a video of the new iPhone XS Max. I know, what a mouthful. I don't know what Apple were thinking, but I've spent currently 2 weeks with this phone now, and I wanted to give you like an update and a sort of a review of the 2 weeks with an iPhone XS Max. And this phone is actually not too bad. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure to change it to subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll crack on with the video. So my previous phone is the iPhone X, and I've used this for the entire year. I got it when it first came out. Just to give you a bit of background on how much I've used this phone, I use my phone 24/7 every single day. So after using this phone for 2 weeks, there's a few differences that I've noticed. Some are major and some are minuscule, and I'm going to leave that to you guys to see what you think. I'm going to run you through reasons why you should upgrade from the 10 to an XS or an XS Max, or depending on what phone you got, I'm going to help you guys out because it's a hard decision, guys. So the first thing aesthetically I noticed was obviously the size. The XS Max is so much bigger. It reminds me of the days when I had my 6S Plus or my 6 Plus phone, because if you have one of these phones or the 6 Plus, it's exactly the same size. As you can tell from here, the 6 is actually thinner than the XS Max. However, if you're used to a 6 Plus, you're gonna find this phone cushy. It's actually slightly thicker and feels better in the hand. Size-wise, it's the same size as a iPhone 8 Plus or 7 Plus. So any users of those phones will be very used to it. The major difference that I did notice, going from an iPhone 10 to this bad boy, it has a slightly more screen space. And what I mean by slightly, it is slight. There's not that much difference. I mean, when I'm texting and I'm up on applications, it doesn't actually feel dramatically different. When I flick between the two, I can't really, it's weird, like there's obviously an extra inch or so on there, but you can't really tell the difference using them side by side. One aspect of the screen that I have noticed whilst using this is the dynamic range on this thing is crazy. Apple have stated it's 60% more dynamic range than the iPhone 10. So if you've got an iPhone 10, that might be one reason why you guys would want to upgrade. Who knows if that's something that bothers you. But yeah, that is something I have noticed. The darks are more darker, but actual brightness of the screen is exactly the same. They are identical. So, but this one does look a lot clearer because of the new high dynamic range on this phone. So guys, another reason why you might want to upgrade from an iPhone 10, and something I've noticed within the 2 weeks of using this phone, is that Face ID is a bit more faster. And why I say a bit more? Because it's only a bit. It's not dramatically faster, but you pick up the phone, swipe, and it does unlock slightly quicker than the previous generation. It's bound to at the end of the day, because it would not be an upgrade if there aren't slight improvements to it. So leading on from the new Face ID algorithm, there is a new A12 Bionic chip. This is something I haven't really noticed in the last 2 weeks because I'm not a big player of games and I tend to shut all my apps when I've been using them. So of course I don't get the full capacity out of using that. So guys, if you're not really into if you're not really into augmented reality, I still can't. If you're still not into augmented reality games and not really into gaming as such on the iPhone, and you're just using it as your daily carry, using it for business, using it for work, using it for texting, using it for nudes, then I wouldn't necessarily be considering an upgrade. I would seriously think about it because the iPhone 10 is still a very powerful phone. So if you're into gaming, the GPU has been upgraded also from a 3 gig to a 4 gig. That's going to give you an extra bit of graphics power to power your games. Like I said, it's not something I've noticed in the 2 weeks because I don't play games as such. Just putting it out there. Something surprisingly that I have noticed with the speed of the A12 is that the apps do load up faster. This isn't like something subconscious, it does load up faster, like especially high CPU and GPU apps like iMovie and like the Pages and Microsoft Word on here. They do load up dramatically faster. And I researched into this, and Apple actually stated there is a 30% increase in speed on the apps launching up. So that is actually something I did notice, and this is all down to that new A12 Bionic chip. If you're someone who wants to save 30% more time, it's probably time for an upgrade. But guys, like I said, it's very minuscule, and if you're on an iPhone 10, unless you want the latest and greatest, I wouldn't move just for that reason. Something else that is new from the iPhone 10 to the iPhone XS's models, XS's models, is that IP rating has now been improved. So this runs on an IP67, meaning it can be submerged up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. Whereas this new iPhone is now 2 meters for 30 minutes. And this is something that Samsung have been always ahead of the game. I have actually got a Samsung S8 here, and this has been IP68 already, and this is 2 years old roughly. Apple have been a bit behind on that, and they should have actually put it on the 10, but we're here now. We've got it on the 10XS Max and the 10XS. Why do I keep saying the names? Because it's so long. So if you're someone who's always near a pool, I do actually go for swims in the morning and place my phone at the edge of the pool. So there might be that incident of where I knock it in the water, and it's a very unlikely thing that happens, and the 10 doesn't actually have a problem with being submerged. Unless it's like 10 meters deep. So if you're someone who's near pools, maybe the 10 isn't for you and you should upgrade to the 10X Max. So one thing that Apple did try and hype up in the announcement of this new iPhone is that the battery life was better by 30 minutes. Like seriously, that is not a big difference. 30 minutes is not going to be life or death. I can assure you that my iPhone 10 is just as good as the new iPhone XS, not the X Max because that's a slightly bigger battery, but it's only 30 minutes. I would go and recommend to go and spend £10 on an external battery charger or battery case for your iPhone or any previous iPhone to fight that issue. And it's not actually something in the 2 weeks that I noticed that I was doing. I still noticed that I have to charge my iPhone at least twice a day, even on the new XS, because at the end of the day, when you're using it a lot, it does run out of battery very quickly. And it depends what you're using it for, once again. So yeah, battery life, not really that much different, and I wouldn't recommend upgrading from the 10 to this. However, if you've got the 6 or a 6 Plus, it's probably time to upgrade to one of these new phones. So something that I did notice actually when using the new phone is that the camera is considerably better. I wouldn't say it's dramatic, and there's some gimmicky features that aren't actually necessary for an upgrade. However, the camera does look good, and the front-facing camera, for some weird reason, has got this effect, a filter slash beauty effect on it, and it comes standard. I'm going to show you that quickly here. So let me bring the camera really close to my face. Wow, I am spotty. Let me just take a picture. So they do look like dramatically different. I'm going to place them on the screen right now. The iPhone XS Max, like, it's more white. It has like sort of an effect on my skin that is smoothing my skin out for some reason. And don't get me wrong, if it's gonna make me look hot, I don't give a but it does considerably like add some sort of effect. The iPhone X seems to pull out my face a bit more. My face seems a lot more brighter, and there's a lot more dynamic range. Also, you can notice that it's a lot more sharper around my hair. You can see each follicle and it looks more sharper. You can see each individual hair strand. But there's this weird effect going on, guys, on my face. It's not something that you probably can notice through the camera, but I'm going to pop the pictures on there. And yeah, there's like a smoothing effect all over my skin on the iPhone 10X Max. And it's smoothing my skin out dramatically. So the 10XS front-facing camera is dramatically better. Let's try and do a quick video with it. So guys, this is a quick review of the iPhone 10, and it seems to me that the iPhone 10XS Max is zooming in dramatically on my face. So the front-facing camera seems a lot more, the focal length seems a lot nearer to my face, and because these are extended exactly the same distance away from me. So yeah, it seems a lot closer for some reason. So yeah, that is one little difference. If you want a more narrow field of view, then you should probably get the iPhone 10X. It also seems that the iPhone 10 has got better stabilization on the front camera than the front camera on the 10X Max. It seems a lot more shaky than the iPhone 10. So take it as you will. I don't know if that's something they've improved, but it does look a lot closer, man. This is zooming in my face dramatically. The other thing is the normal camera on the back. They still have the notch bit where it sticks out. They haven't removed that and made it a flush phone yet. A lot of people moan about that, but it's something that really doesn't bother me because I wear a case on my iPhone all the times, so I don't get that whole rocking effect when it's laying flat on the floor. However, the camera on this is incredible. The dynamic range, once again, complements the screen. What a coincidence. The videos are darker. The image stabilization during video is incredible. It's very smooth. It's not close like the GoPro 7, but it's getting there. If you're thinking just for camera, this is a very powerful phone when it comes to camera quality. The effect of changing the blur after you've took a photo, I wouldn't say that's a very good reason to upgrade your phone, because that feature can actually be done by just downloading a third-party app for a few quid off of the App Store. So if you're thinking of moving to this phone from this phone just for that one reason, I really wouldn't recommend it. Would I make the leap from the iPhone 10 to the iPhone XS range? The real thing is that I actually would not. There's not enough differences between the two models to make that leap and spend a further £1,000 to purchase the newer phones. However, the iPhone 10 is still selling on eBay secondhand, roughly about £600 to £700. That's a £300 difference. So if you sold that, you still need about £350 roughly to purchase one of these. And would I upgrade if I sold this one? I still don't think it's worth it. The S ranges on the iPhones do always get a bit more treatment by Apple, and they're always further supported. For example, the 5S is still going, and the 5 doesn't really get much updates nowadays. Apple did a pretty job on this new one, and the features aren't that drastic. However, if you've got iPhone 5, 6 and 7, I would recommend moving to one of these phones. Even the XR if you're really considering it. Now guys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button once again. Leave a comment down below what phone you currently have, and would you upgrade from that phone to the new iPhone XS Max or XS. We'll see you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and welcome to the Dolce Vita.